We had a great meeting yesterday with Nancy Pelosi and Senator Schumer, and it was a very bipartisan meeting. We could have done a longer deal, but that would have affected the military, as you know, so we really kept it for 3 months because of the military. We have a great respect for the sanctity of the debt ceiling, and Chuck does, and Nancy does, and we all do. So that will never be a problem. Debt ceiling will never be a problem.
That was President Trump earlier today talking about the deal that he made with congressional Democrats on the debt ceiling, which will prevent a government shutdown at the end of the month. And many Republicans are reportedly livid with the compromise. But didn't the president get to the White House? Didn't he promise to be a deal maker? Is this a good deal? Joining us now with reaction, editor-in-chief, Life Zet, Fox News contributor, nationally syndicated radio host, and I don't have enough time for the rest of the introduction, Laura Ingraham, who we all know. All right, before I get to that question, I want to get back to the hurricane issue. Yeah. Look, we believe in limited government, but the biggest criticism the left had was Melania's shoes, which was pretty despicable in and of itself. You know, I called over to the White House today. I found out they have pre-positioned troops, food, water, medicine, supplies, cots, blankets, baby formula. They have General Mattis ordered 4 Navy ships, and they have thousands of people on the call, on the ready right now. So where are we going with their criticism this time when government is actually working?
Well, the left and many Republicans, many never-Trumpers, Sean, are loath to recognize anything that works well in the administration. Except maybe if we're getting involved in another war, they'll be happy with that for some of the never-Trumpers. But other than that, they will not acknowledge, and nor should President Trump wait for, the acknowledgement that in the face of the worst natural disaster to befall our country, which it looks like this hurricane is going to be, the Trump administration did everything possible to coordinate on a federal, state, and local level and be prepared in a way that I think is really, it's admirable, it's smart, it's what government really should do at a time like this. But I don't think we should hold our breath waiting for any acknowledgement of that. Yeah. And I don't think President Trump cares about that at this point. He's worried about the people in South Florida, all the way to Tallahassee, to Gainesville. It's going to be a monster storm that hits all the way up to North Carolina.
It's going to the Carolinas. This is a scary moment. You would think that's what we want. We want to help out our friends in Texas, now our friends in Florida. We want them safe and secure. The fact that they, thank God we have, meteorology that can tell us storms like this are coming, and then, of course, we make the necessary preparations. Let me go to this compromise deal. I actually agree with Newt's analysis in that the president wanted to get the money to Texas, and that was a big part of his rationale and thinking. And with all due respect to Mitch McConnell, he hasn't exactly proven himself capable of doing anything because expectations are so high, especially on health care.
Yeah, Sean, all the caterwauling we're hearing from Republicans of, oh, woe is us, look, we're betrayed. Where was all of their concern and urgency over the last 6 weeks? They took off for the August recess. They went home. They did what they do at home. They went to some picnics and some state fairs, probably raised some money, took a little break. And at the time, I think the president begins to think, we got to get something done here. He wants to be a popular president. He is a conservative populist. That means at times, if Republicans don't deliver legislation that he can sign on the critical matters that he campaigned on, he's going to look to move the ball down the field with, another set of players. And sometimes it's going to be people that you and I don't like very much, we don't agree with on many issues, on an issue like the debt ceiling, which is a conservative concern, and rightfully so. But the president wanted to move this issue off the table and clear the deck for tax reform. If they do not get tax reform done, they're done. They're finished. And Paul Ryan came out today, and he had an extra special spring in his step, I think, today on tax reform. It's funny what Trump working with the Democrats will do to the Republicans.
Oh, who? McConnell? I didn't hear who you said.
No, Ryan. Ryan had a little extra excitement about the tax reform
I'm going to be
today.
fair. At least Ryan got the health care bill out of the House, and the Freedom Caucus worked hard with him, and they got it done at the end of the day. McConnell has no excuses, and the fact that he feels so much pressure and excessive expectations
and Sean,
is mind-numbing to me.
When Charlottesville happened, These people are the first ones to give, you know, on background or off the record sniping at the president. A lot of these people who are grousing now about Donald Trump. I mean, they're happy to say, oh, he doesn't understand how complex things are. He doesn't understand how difficult legislation is. And he comes along and says, you know something? If you don't work with me, I'm going to work with these other people. We're going to get something done.
Hey,
the American
listen, you
people
hear
are
the
sick
same
of it.
thing. People like Ben Sass and Flake and John McCain, the things they say about him behind closed doors.
They hate Trump.
Okay. Laura Ingraham, great to see you. Thank you for being with us.